Evening, everybody. We're back to Tactical Breach Wizards tonight. We've now had 2 games in a row with backseating, and at this point, I am automatically timing people out. So that is my warning, even though there's probably the smallest number of people who will hear that. But it's also a really crappy way to start a stream. I'm hoping it's a good one. Let's see. I'm feeling a little sleepy, but I'm going to do my best to push through it. And I think, what's the best way to put it? I think I would like to have the ambition of doing the prestige missions or tasks or whatever. I think I will be a little kinder with myself and allow myself to move ahead, and then make a judgment as to whether or not I go back and do it. Because one of the things is that it is nice to have that challenge and that little extra thing to figure out, but unfortunately I need to weigh that against the likelihood that somebody's going to quote-unquote help while playing, and I where I can, it would be nice to focus on the things I like about the game. But on that point, we'll play it by ear. I definitely want to try and advance through the story. And then once we finish Tactical Breach Wizards, I will confess my inclination is to do the stuff that I didn't finish on my own time. However, if there is interest in seeing me do some of the puzzles and actually work those out, that is feedback that I'd like to hear. And then the question will just be trying to find a way to, to make that work in a way that doesn't leave me furious at the end of a stream. But we should be ready for Act 4. This contact of yours, they know the right people in Medill? They're tight with the militia brass, yeah, but Medelian militia is cagey as fuck. You met through the druids? Did the odd collab. Militia wants a ticket punched out of state. Shrub mobs got reach. Sometimes my blower rings. So you're not actually mafia. Aid? Strictly contract. One family was too many. Heard druids in Medill don't get a choice. There's pressure on the north coast, no doubt. You cast anything planty, anything beastie, they're at your door with a rose and a 45. But they like to get you young. Lean on your folks. I was 21 when I unlocked. No folks, no door, wasn't looking to belong. You ever cross paths with the Wexlers? Sure, big players in the North Coast mob. Ever meet Jiren? Remind me. Shortish blonde guy. Oh, like that real ratty looking motherfucker? I wasn't gonna be a dick about it, but yeah. Like that real greasy, creepy rat fucker? We've established identity. You can lay off him now. Yeah, I liked him. Good laugh. Terrible dancer. How's he doing? He's dead. Oh, downer. How? I shot him in the head. The fuck you do that for? He was a patient. And what, you forgot step 2? Jen interrupted me. Called the cops before I could close up. It's how we met. Why are you telling me? Just felt I needed to tell someone. Well, that's me told. And now here we are. Catharsis is harder than I expected. No shit. And forget about redemption. Ain't out there. I've checked. Back in Laboli, that was Thistlekiss, right? Thank you, Pugborg. She knows her poisons, yeah. It's a bit cliche, but it fit the bill. Kennedy wanted slow and subtle, skip the old man's craft. Ever tried Bractotoxin? Or Batricatoxin? Anyways. Oh, huge fan. Too quick for the Laboli job, but for lethality, forget about it. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see it more. I always wanted to res a bat case, but every poisoning I get, it's thallium or digitalis. Ugh, rookie gack. That shit's curable. Exactly. It's like, I can raise the dead. This guy has what is fundamentally a stomachache. What are we doing here? Get on the bat train, amateurs. No antidote might be my 2 favorite words. Actually, they are seeing promising results with the tetrodotoxin derivatives now. No! Ah, for fuck's sake. Can't you Stitchers leave a good thing well enough alone? We just get carried away, I guess. Where's the meat? Supply team leaves Red Sands at 8 sharp. We pile in the last car. Moss and her crew meet us there. Anything hinky, we're off at the next stop. No hard cheese. If everything's copacetic, we ride it all the way south. Shiv live, quick victory parade, keep back in time for last call. You really are new here, huh? Ryan, thanks for coming. Vesker, Kellen, Sabin, Banks, I've heard great things. Call me Moss. Our grapevine's buzzing about the Kalan jobs. Ryan tells me you helped. Tells people did the hard part. We were just support. Incredible work. Warms my heart to see the chapel squirm. How much do you know about our situation? Reactor about to seize your mana mines and then claim they run the country. And it could work militarily. We've been hit by their new craft-enhanced soldiers already, and it's been a massacre every time. But fighting them isn't my department. I'm in charge of a cell that's been tasked with aiming a little higher. Higher than defeating the world's largest private army? The most dangerous special forces operative in history, and however many super soldiers they've already made? Correct. The issue is this. Stopping this invasion isn't going to free Medill, because it won't last. We'll still be sitting on the only super weapon in the southern hemisphere. It's a weapon we never want to fire, and it'll be months till another nation comes knocking for it. What's the fix? Destroy our own mana reserves. Bold! Why? We've wanted to for years. Even if it was just a dangerous drug, that's not what we want to build our economy on, and the DSR takes all the profit anyway. Now it's a world-changing weapon in the hands of anyone willing to violate their own people to turn them into cancerous super soldiers, and all of them have to come through us to get it, or to get to it. I want to burn it all to dust. Doesn't it have scientific value? Oh, immense. We had institutes studying it. They would have loved a lifetime supply to tinker with. But we live in a world of greedy children with knives, and that's not a world where you can study a loaded gun at your leisure. We have a few kilos stashed away for research, of course, but any more than that, and we'll be bullied and killed for it until it's all gone. Why haven't you done it yet? Destroyed our stockpile? Strategy. Reactor run inspections, check throughput, they outgun us for now. Destroyed our mines? Chemistry. The stuff doesn't burn, and digging the rest of it out is at least 10 years hard labor. What's your plan? So that's the critical question. That is why I wanted to meet you all immediately. Ryan? The pyromancer friend you told me about. You've seen him burn mana, but have you definitely seen him burn the source? Can he burn beryllium calcite? Yep, our first strike, little mana mine in Samaya. He just lit the node and Bob's your uncle. That's incredible. Sure the whole thing burned out? Liv used their gear to check. She's anal like that. Okay, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself here, but this is very exciting. Do you guys want to help orchestrate a counter heist? Boss, we've got incoming. Elaborate. Reactor hijacked the 910 from Meshin, and it's gaining on us. Shit. Guess we're starting now. Everyone in the rear carriages head up train in case we need to separate. Clear to engage, clear to board. I'm a Medill. Or maybe Ami a Medill. We should head up train, regroup. If you want to take the sport out of it, I do. You might want to cross. You push, I pull. We'll play it by ear. All team members must reach the green zone and knock out all enemies. Defenestrate an enemy immediately after using Broom Breach. I can see potential. Well, the question I have is if I can yank a... I can! Spore Bomb, new ability. Spores feed on every target in the blast area, exploding more violently for each affected. Okay, the heavy gunner is a bit of a problem. I'm gonna wind that one back. If I take cover, I still take damage. But if I use the broom breach, then I don't get to take care of the laptop like so. Ah! I will confess, I'm not 100% sure how I could do 12 total damage with one spore bomb, but that's a tomorrow me problem. Guess what? Guessing the glowing walls are bad news. Barrier drone can't shoot in, but you can walk right through them. Stop telling her how our shit works. Also, that's wrong. Points for effort, mate. All right. It gives me something to start with, but good lord, deal with all the enemies in one turn? So I mean, it would seem to me that the answer is to deal with the barrier drone operator. What's less clear to me, though, is how we are supposed to do that. I mean, that's a start, but... So, that's closer. Yeah, so I mean, there were ideas there, but not quite what I needed. I shouldn't have rewound all of that. I think I was going to make my peace with not delivering the oh, I screwed up. I really gotta, hits everything in the area for X plus 1 damage, where X is the number of targets in the blast. Aha. Okay. That changes quite a bit then. Oh, damn it. We're so close. Yeah, so I gotta move. Hang on. So that counts as an action. It doesn't really say that it's an action. Fascinating. So the order matters. I will know for next time. Okay, I have options here. So I've more or less signed myself up to doing the static blast. So this will take out the now the tougher question here is how I deal with the heavy. So if I do Impaling Vine, I don't believe there's a way that I can angle it to yank him off the train. Yeah, I can do some damage, but I can't. Okay, I mean that works, sort of. That doesn't leave me any places to run, though, I guess. I suppose I should note that it's not, there's no penalty for taking damage. Okay, I am curious about one thing. So if I steal the mana here... Close. So I will steal the mana. I'll even do the Impaling Vine. All right. Poor guy. It's not an accidental backseat, though, right? It's a backseat, and it's fine. We don't need to relitigate it. But like, this is the thing that really frustrates me, is that it could not be clearer what my intentions are with the game. And I don't understand why people can't respect that. I should have grabbed the intel. But I'm wondering... Oh, I can't here. I should have been thinking about how I could position myself to pull someone off the train. I also need to remember that I do apply the Brittling Dart. Problem here is I don't think there isn't a solution here that, like, keeps me alive. Okay, thank you. I accept the apology. I know you're not the only one. But unfortunately, every stream I've done of this lately, and I don't know if it's the fact that it has to keep being a thing or what, but I kind of want to just turn off the stream right now, to be honest, and I'm half an hour in. So, thank you. I appreciate the apology. I am frustrated about so many things, and I wish that maybe my gaming could be a case where I don't feel that, and apparently that wasn't in the cards today, so I don't know. Good work, everyone. Thanks. All right, look, so there's got to be a point where I either need to turn off the stream or, like, come back. This is the last I'm going to say on this. I bought this game literally the day that it came out. And I did not play it until I started streaming it, specifically because I wanted to do it for stream. I have few deeper regrets than that decision. This is a game I was so looking forward to, and I do not have the happiest memories of it right now. Now, if I'm going to decide to stream, I am going to try and put on a good show, as difficult as that is right now. But I could really use a bit of help here. And let's just focus on the good things and maybe not have to relitigate after I have said, can we move on, please? And that is the last I have to say about that. All right, I've got two guys. I think the best I can hope for here is preserving the team for the next turn. So static blast will get me part of the way. Yeah, I mean, it's not great that I'm down half my health for both characters, but... So... there's a sliver of a chance. Okay, we got it. Good. Thanks! What's the sit rep? Just letting everyone kill each other, then I'll res the ones I like. I think I'll go for a more hands-on approach. Okay, first of all, no laptops for us to take over the turrets, which means we're going to... I think the biggest problem I run into here... Well... Oh, that's right. Okay. Have a rabid enemy deal 6 total damage to other enemies. Ah. Okay, well, I mean, theoretically we can rabid bite the... As a slightly different... We'll still do the rabid bite, but... I think if I spore bomb... Not quite enough for the turret, but I have an idea for that. Okay, amusingly, I don't actually need to move. Well, I do if I want to avoid the turret. Although, theoretically, I just take cover. It's not the best turn, though. Alright, few problems there. We can do this simpler way then. That didn't count for damage. Okay. I mean, maybe I just give up on the... Maybe I give up on the goal of, I didn't think that through. I think for some reason I was under the illusion that the heavy would block that. I think this still has its own problems, but maybe not insurmountable ones. I'll live with the result here because I got my bonuses. Okay, so this is going to be a problem because of the chaser. Aha! Chasers get to act after every single thing we do. Once they attack, they're done until the next turn. impaling... Oh. Alright, not quite how I was planning on handling that, but we got through it. One potential option here is to try and hide around the corner. No, because then the heavy's gonna just try and take us out on their own. We don't really have Death's Door as an option right now, but the Chain Bolt I also think is going to keep us from... Yeah, we're not able to deliver the coup de grace there. This is what being out of ideas looks like. All right, let's take it from the top. Okay, I don't hate this. Right, but taking out the turret means I... doesn't do what I want. Okay, so I think the thing I'm worried about here is that they may be able to hit me with something before... Okay, no, we're fine. So this I may need to resort to a Death's Door for. But we at least got through the turn. Ugh, okay, so I guess the question would be reactor track. I think we rely on the same trick. Ooh. This is not... yeah, this requires more brain power than I have, but we can at least clear this one. I need to be more intentional in how I move Jen, though. Okay, so I feel like there's an opportunity here, but I need to find... So the challenge here is that I don't quite have a way to knock them off the train yet. I could theoretically do the cocktail, but I think the problem there is they move in response to that. Oh, but that's enough. Right, because they travel a further distance. Okay, now, oh, we do have another Death's Door. I'm slightly inclined to just... Okay, before I do that, I want to see if I can get Ryan to... Yep. And we've fixed it. I guess I could have moved everyone. Beskar, Sabin, cover me. I'm gonna cross. If Reactor want those warheads, I'm gonna put a bow on them first. On it. Alright, help Moss reach the boss site. Moss must survive, knock out all enemies and reinforcements. And we can't board them up. I'm gonna take a quick minute here with Zan and see... Okay. That's something I can work with. That's not enough to take them out. Plant bomb by the end of turn 1. Okay, I think I have the start of something like that, but I don't know if I can deliver. Cool. I mean, now we have the survival job ahead of us, but... Package arm, get back to your friends and let them know the north train's gonna blow. I think that's the end of the turn for us. Aha. That's inconvenient. So I don't think on its own I have a well, that's not entirely true. I had no idea that guy was there. I think the problem is if I do the burst like this, it doesn't get me what I want. I could, nope, right block. Doesn't let me do the thing. That's still enough to take me out. Maybe the false prophet buys me some time. Okay, I like what I can do here. No! Bull! Yeah! Fascinating. So this actually seems tied to the fact that I'm... Yeah, it's purely tied to the predictive bolt. Okay. That actually represents an opportunity then. All right. The angles here create problems. It's like there's a side of me that wants to try the swap, but the drawback that I run into there. So let's just say I run forward like so. I could theoretically swap with Zan. It really felt like that was on its way to being something. Cool. And it did say that they stop attacking after this. Okay, I mean, I still need to... Dare I... I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, we predictive bolt. And weirdly enough, I think we can just body slam the enemy that comes in. Not if they're clever in terms of how they move around. So one option I have here is to predictive bolt like so. Ooh, interesting. So they specifically avoid the predictive bolt in that case. Okay, so this is the point I would charge. There we go. And presumably this is the big finale. Everyone back to the south train. The north one's gonna be toast in 3 seconds. Oh, this ought to be good. All right, team of 5, get 2 team members off the enemy train by the end of turn 3. The enemy train is the upper one. So Jen... Okay, well, Jen should be easy to get off the train. Defenestrate 10 hostiles by the end of turn 3. They don't want much, do they? And then have Dal deal a total of 30 knockback cumulative. So I guess the most obvious choice here would be to... we can use Ryan. Defenestrating 10 hostiles is a tall order. So this is the most obvious move. Oh right, she's got the broom breach, so... That one's the easy one for me to get out from. Not quite what I had in mind, but... Thing is, I want to defenestrate as many as I can. Good effort, but... Although honestly, at this point... So I mean, Zan's gonna have to do the dramatic run off the train sequence, but I can get behind this. So one drawback here is I think the neutralizer is going to stop me from being able to do my big scary abilities. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Okay, yes, so what I would consider to be obvious move here is... Actually, I can even get a little clever about it. So I shoot like so. I can yoink him. Man. My only regret is there would have been an opportunity for me to, oh, you know what? I don't think I can get Zan off the train in time here. I have an idea. It may cost me, though. And there's absolutely no way we're going to get any of these achievements. Okay, so there's a big assumption here about what's going to work, but... Damn it! Yeah, that's not what I had in mind. Alright, I'm gonna reset this. I thought it worked a bit different, so. Problem is I don't remember how I worked this one out originally. Yeah, so I don't actually see a way to get Zan off the train in time. I'm slightly curious what happens here. Cool. Oh, I know how to do this. The secret wasn't Ryan, it was Dal. I mean, this thing still hurts if I get hit by it. Okay, so I can swap Dal. It's turn 2, so as much as I'd love to do like a big move, I think just getting into position. I guess the one question I would have here is whether or not I want to try something with Ryan, because theoretically I can move them around the level a little more freely, but. Okay, so this one's partly survival. I mean, theoretically, one thing I can do would be swap. So then Ryan can yank them off. All told, I would prefer not to be knocked off the train. See, Well, here, if we do a time boost on Banks... Yeah, I can't put the cocktail on the guy, though. So my question is if I can just get these people in, I wasn't originally going to do this, but... see, doesn't matter because the angles still hurt the, hurt the wrong people. I feel like not using the static blast is wrong, though. You know, Yeah, there's no easy way around it. Okay, so happy enough to set it up this way, but I think we'll do the transference onto the heavy. Oh, okay, that was easy enough. Sabotage the reactor train. Complete! God, what a mess. You guys should rest. I'll take care of the bodies. Jen gives Banks a look. Banks sighs. Or I could bring them back. What? Three knockbacks, not bad. Extra Gale Grenade would be nice. Chaining through friendlies, including yourself, refunds the action cost once per turn. Strong finish with +2 knockback. I think I'm okay with a bonus use in this case. One knockback. I think extra use per encounter. It turns out the spore bomb is quite useful. Okay, so I don't know what the deal is with why we don't have Ascender. And we still are short one more. Okay, move on. Dal's brain that night. I know that outfit. You ought to. You designed it. Never built it, though. I'm the you who did. So you're a dream self. Vesker told me about them. What's the point? Why didn't you build the suit? I'm holding a revolution together with two bloodied fists. Had to shelve some hobby projects. Not right now. You're not even in Kalan. For the first time in your life, you got out. And you're here to guilt me about it? I'm here to ask you why you didn't do it sooner. Well, I'm here to work out some aggression, so your thing can wait. Fine. I'll take the lead, show you some tricks you haven't learned yet. The dream version of Dal has every perk unlocked, and you'll need them. Long press on her class portrait to see what they are and what they do. I feel like this might have been something that was earlier in the game. travel at least 3 tiles and inflict 3 knockback once per turn. If a charge hits a target, your action's refunded. No limit on how many times Rampage can trigger per turn. And you can optionally pass through targets to charge others behind them. I think we know swap. Oh, so I can swap with anyone. Interesting. I don't know if this is enough, though. Oh yeah, it's definitely not going to be enough, because if I... Heh, never mind. Okay. Generally right idea, but I was... Wow, that did not do nearly as much as I thought it was going to. So theoretically, the better call here is to smack this guy. No, it isn't, because... Or, no, I have my Rampage still. Aha. I'm sure there is a better way for me to handle that. Okay. There is actually a simpler version of this I can do. I think I can still make this work. Ah. Yeah, see, it's frustrating to know that there's a way of finishing on turn one. Okay, I'm going to give this one more try, because I feel like there's definitely something to... Yeah, sorry, this is not nearly as hard as I was making it out to be. Well, okay, I say that. I still have a... I do still have one challenge. So this one's pretty much a requirement. Now I don't have any move options. So one of the things I'm sort of thinking of here, right, is that I can pretty easily get to the green zone with that swap. So that I'm not too worried about. The question now is, how do I... Oh, that's right. I can just zap through someone. But it does still invite the question, how do I get to the green zone? I think I'll just learn to live with disappointment. Oh, right, so it actually would seem that I do not have the ability to complete the level. Unless the riot blocks... Yeah, okay. Then I really am going to need to think about the anxiety dream. Okay, so it's pretty clear that I need to use all the ability. I mean, one of the other things I could try and do is just a very standard, like, run through and like, smack the guy. I mean, there is something slightly tempting. Now, but see, I need to open the door. Oh, man, okay, so... Yeah, so I obviously need to open the door. I mean, I guess I go back to Now, I suppose here's an interesting question. If I don't do that, and if I just charge, I mean, maybe we'll do this one because I can. Now, it seemed to me I don't get the option of charge. Yeah. So I need more than one. That's frustrating. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, I've got Rampage, right. So how does it feel to get out into the world? Meeting weird foreigners, seeing your first mountains, blowing up a train? I'm not on vacation. I need to get back to the fight. So you're taking a vow of unhappiness until the entire regime falls. What if it outlasts you? I can't think that. You can't afford not to. You're an engine, Dal, but you've spent half your adult life in top gear. If you don't change down soon, you're not going to remember how. Change takes momentum. That's physics, not psychology. You're fighting for a people. Don't forget that you're one of them. Sorry, I've just... didn't realize I had a bunch of condensation on a bottle. You want me to walk away from a fight I bled for? You're already away, and I know you're going back. But while you're out here, at least let yourself breathe it in. Go back ready. I'm ready now. Let's see. Alright. All teammates must reach the green zone, use both laptops to open security doors, cause an enemy to shoot the person you swapped with. I mean, that one seems pretty obvious. Yeah, that's probably not what I should have done. Oh, but I guess I kind of have to. Okay, I'm clearly missing... Alright, well, let's not... We won't do the clever version of this. Right. That wasn't so hard. I am slightly mystified about how... Oh, no. I know how this works. So... Right. Now, I can swap again. That's not really a problem. Well, I mean, it's no benefit to holding off, I guess. And then this one should be straightforward in terms of just charging to the green door. I don't know if there's a way to do that on on turn 1, but... Ah. This might get a little interesting. All right. Let's not do it that way. Okay, so... That one, sadly, I don't have the height for. But it doesn't matter as long as I... Like, I'll have the 1 health at the end. The real question is, why are you talking to me about this? I tried ignoring you. You kept talking. No, I mean, why isn't this dream about Jita? You talk to him every day since he died, about everything and nothing. But not now. I still hear him. We still talk. He's just fuzzier. Since you died. I didn't die. You took a lethal wand shot to the head. I got better. You were resurrected. Southerner word. Contradiction in terms. Death is permanent by definition. If you get better, you weren't dead. That's what I'm talking about. We don't even have words for some of the concepts out there. How many wars have been fought in Kalan over the nature of death? How much of this fight is about the nature of death? And then 3 foreigners pull up, and one of them can undo it. It's not death. Okay, but it's something. Something we didn't know was possible. Something like that could change everything. I didn't have to leave Kalan to meet Banks. Okay, but we can agree that you're going to meet more weirdos outside of Clan than in it. Granted. You think if I take a vacation, I'll solve death? I think getting your head out of the fight might be good for your head and the fight. Am I going to lose him? I don't know. I don't think so. Everything's changing. Anything could be messing with our connection. Because I don't think I can lose him again. I know. We won't. Okay. Inflict total 6 damages from enemies hitting your riot block. I can work with this. No, I can't do that. All right. They're going to... Okay. Okay, that complicates it a bit, but I think I can still work with this. Not really great territory for, I mean, I can charge, but... Yeah, I don't actually see a lot of wins here. Ooh. Drat. Oops. Didn't mean to break that. I don't think there's a lot of good options here. The swap technically didn't cost me anything. But it didn't really solve any problems either. See, I still die to the... die in the foresight phase. I mean, I could try something like this, but the drawback is I, well, okay, hang on. Do one of these. Actually, okay, one other one I'll try. If I throw this, it does invite the question, can I throw another riot block? No, that's gone for good. Okay. So I can charge, but the question is what does that get me? And the answer is nothing. So reset the level. So at this point, it seems to me there is not... Well, no, hang on. I can still... No, I can't charge. Okay. So, yes, I have to sensor slam no matter what. But I guess there's nothing saying I can't just throw the riot block. Okay. Generally right idea. Damn it. So if I just ignore the... Cool. I think the problem here is if I do this charge, this does open me up to something interesting. I mean, I think I know the answer of... Yeah, they just turn around and murder me there. So, like, in principle, I like the idea. In practice, I still get popped. But I figure at minimum, I can block the path. Okay, so I think I'm in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, I don't have a lot of options. And I have the same problem from last time. Okay, I'm gonna try... So if I sensor slam... Well, that still buys me time. Now, I imagine the charge isn't going to do what I want it to do. Well, okay, it does buy me one thing. Okay. I do actually need to deal with my problems. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a lot of good ideas. Well, okay. Technically, this one has a solution. Not quite what I had in mind. Yeah, presumably I still get taken out. No, I don't. But again, I don't really fancy my chances here. It's like A for effort, but... I like where some of this is going, but I'm not sure I have solid. We don't die. Did waste the energy though, or the evidence. All right, I think I'm still gonna lose this one, but so one possibility here is the sensor slam. I don't think... So I can charge, but I don't think that's going to change that. Okay, well, I can shut up. Yikes. Okay, so... This is one where I need to throw the riot block. We still get shot, though. Maybe not. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This intel is definitely worth more. Call there. Yeah, none of that works. Well, theoretically, still not the right call. Yeah, that's not going to do it. I don't think any of these are going to... Okay, I can at least partly stop the madness here. Right, I don't have the panic in this one, though. Close, but not what I needed. Can do it again, though. Darn. That was on its way to being a good idea. No! Still think sealing the door is the right call here. Well, okay, hang on. There's a couple ways I can handle this. So if we pick up the block, and I move, I don't hate this. The one thing I will say for them, though, they're very, very good at avoiding the attacks. Okay, so one option I have here is this charge. The problem I have is that it clears out that unit, but seems to me it comes at the cost of survive. No! Okay. I was not actually expecting to... I was not expecting an outcome like this, but we may actually be able to survive this. Okay, this is not the person for the job. Actually, better still. Alas, not enough damage from the block. That's not how we're doing that. Yeah, so this is a bit of a shame. We can buy ourselves... Actually, that potentially buys me a chance to smack him with the block. Alright, that took way more effort than I was planning, but we made it. Oh boy. This was Jita's fight. He was the radical. I know. If you're gonna tell me I shouldn't honor him. No, I'm done arguing. I just like remembering him. Me too. He didn't want you in it. I'm not arguing, but he didn't. I know, and I tell him every day, tough fucking luck. Staying out didn't keep me safe. The day they killed him, they would have killed me if I hadn't unlocked. Another foreign word. Don't know what the fuck else to call it. I just saw that metal bastard standing over him, felt the cold power radiating off that armor, and every atom in me just said, no, you don't get to have that power, that safety. You don't need it. I do. And then I had it. You don't have to remember the rest. You shouldn't have to relive it. Yes, I do. I thought I was the priest for a second, like some bad taste body swap. I was seeing through the visor, in the armor, holding the shield, role-playing the enemy. Then I saw him scrambling across my workshop floor in his long johns, terrified and gibbering, and I understood. Dropped the shield on his shins, didn't even feel the bones. I thought it would feel good, feel right, but the pain and hate just kept rising like vomit. It was the worst I'd ever felt, but it was fuel. I wanted to point it at them and charge. I wanted to point it at them and never let up. You can let up now, just for a moment, just for a breath. You've given them hell for 10 straight years. You dealt them blows like they've never known. The armor's cracking. And Jita's so fucking proud of you, Dal. He always knew your power. He's the only one who knew you could take on a nation if you had to. But he loves your heart, and he can't watch it get crushed between a shield and a stone wall. Do him one more favor. Look after yourself. I'll try. Okay. Breach? Give me a second. Of course. Okay, knock out all enemies and reinforcements. Don't seal any doors before the end of turn 3. I'm not really sure I want to do that. I'm sort of already in a mood, so... having a little relief is welcome. Now, I don't really have any good options for sealing the door next. I was trying to think if I can bash my way into one of these intel, but I don't think that's an option. It also won't really be... hang on. No, again, if I throw the riot block, then I... Yeah, I might as well just use mine. Okay, we will see how the turn goes. All right. So this is the easy option. I don't think this charge will be enough. Yeah. That does the trick. I don't think I want to... Gets me a start on this, I guess. Okay, that's gonna be inconvenient. I think if I charge this thing... Yeah. There are several ways I don't want that to be the turn. Okay. Okay. Simple. Unique perk acquired, learning to ease off on herself just a little helped Dahl to start trusting her instincts. Her power never actually needed vision of the target, she just never pushed herself to try without it. Blind Faith, swap even with targets you can't see. This is why I got a little tripped up on using that. Fort Osprey, nice view actually. Okay, I will confess, I'm still not really feeling it. I'm trying to do my best to do the stream, but I know it's been very dead. I'm going to take a small break. I'll try and go a bit further, but I don't know, I need to clear my head or something. I will be back. All right. Thank you for your patience, anybody who's still watching. I at least got through some Duolingo. All right, we're on foot from here. Reactor have taken Villa Medill. Rail routes are in, rail routes in are cut off. We need a defensible position while we wait for backup to take back the villa and transport on to the reserve. Do we need the villa? Well, we'd quite like our seat of government back, but apart from the symbolic significance, it's the nerve center of our national defense systems. Reactor need it to assault the reserve. We need it back to stop them. Are the council okay? Yeah, we moved them to bunkers last week when we saw this brewing. What's the plan? Fort Osprey. It's an old World War IV bunker on the cliffs. Reactor took it yesterday and started moving cart coffins in there. Pretend to know what cart coffins are and hope it becomes obvious later. You know we're gonna ask. Cart coffins? It's what we're calling Reactor's super soldier tech. You'll get it when you see them. Regular grunt gets in, 100 needles pump modified mana into their blood, and they come out 6 hours later with powers and stage 4 cancer. We've done autopsies. It's a horror show in there. Wrecking their stockpile of these is a chance we can't pass up. It's well defended, but I've been looking forward to seeing your breach and clear skills firsthand. Don't get your hopes up. Don't mind him. We're game. Alright, let's move. First time partnering with my own murderer. Not my first time partnering with a mark. How about hunting a former client? Betrayal can't be great for business. Loyalty's a mug's game. Make it worth my while to help you, and you can take that to the bank. Unit can't function on that attitude. Oh yeah? Military loyalty's the good kind. Never let anyone into a war crime. It's for tactical cohesion, not vetting objectives. Something should be. Alright, we're up. So this seems the most obvious option in terms of taking someone out. Alright, so finish the level without letting any enemies attack. And deal 8 total damage with a spore bomb. That's a tricky one. Ah. I see. So presumably... No, that's just a stun, though. So one of the things I was thinking... Oh, that doesn't... Okay. Huh. I may have to... Excuse me. Be slightly more clever then. One option I have is to... Nope, not there. Alright, well, let's see what we can find with Ryan first. Okay, so that takes him out for sure. See, the challenge I'm running into is I'd like to do something like this. But the problem is I don't think he actually crosses the beam. Yeah. So that doesn't work for me. Oh, well. It's a little early there. Okay, so the first question for me is just going to be how do I make the impale work? Now, this doesn't work because my get out of jail free card is to blow up the craft coffin. So Ryan can't be there. I suspect this is somewhat designed to make it difficult for me to predictive bolt my way out of this. Ah, okay, I wasn't expecting to damage Ryan. Right, I'm also supposed to do... Ah, cool. Yeah, so we got what we needed out of that, actually. Thought you were taking the west door. I'm avoiding Ryan. Act like we're talking tactics. You've got beef? 3 minutes into the op? Didn't track you as the type, Vesker. Look, I'm just not in a place to defend my worldview right now. And he's needling me. Figuratively this time. So you're gonna change your breach based on this pre-breach company? Not proud of it, but I need to focus, and you're a comforting presence. That is not how people usually feel. Surely anyone feels better having you on their side. I don't ask, but I'm blunt. I'm a killer, and I'm a figurehead. Doesn't put everyone at ease. First two are what you want in a fight. Can't speak to figurehead, but you're a born leader. That takes clarity. I can step up when I have to, but people smell the doubt on me a mile off. Doubt's good for plans. Once you have one, show resolve. Okay, how? Maybe don't futz with breach positions and blow the damn door. Okay, so have Dal deal a total of 20 knockback. I'll do the best I can, and add 4 bonus brittle damage to a single attack. I like the potential here. This might get a little weird, but I'll do my best. So this one strikes me as relatively straightforward. I figure riot block and charge. Now the one drawback here... Ooh. It's a slightly remote chance, but let's see if we can smack him with the predictive bolt. Cool. All right. What are we looking at here? Reactor super heavy stone lock. Lays down heavy fire that can clip you in cover, fires proximity mines to box you in, extremely resistant to damage and knockback. So I've got some ideas here. First thing I'm going to do is a rabid bite, and that is really just so I can grab the intel here. I'm definitely, this is kind of a balls to the wall sort of turn here. You know what? I'm gonna push this even further to my advantage. I'm trying to think if there's a good place for Zan to be. I mean, the other alternative is I give this one more turn. Okay, so if I Impaling Vine... That's gotta count, right? You're kidding me! Okay. I'll take a slightly unconventional approach, but... carry that. Wasn't worth it. Do I really have no... Okay, good. Yeah, they're really going to make us use all of it. All right, that's fine. Ooh, getting Dahl into place. I think I'm just going to have to learn to accept disappointment. Oh, we were really close to where I needed to be there. Okay, so basically, unless I've got a bright idea for... Actually, there is one... So I'm thinking if I do something like this... So I can probably do the impale. No, that's still what I want to do. Cool. Still not enough to take him out. God, it's so dumb that I'm doing this, but... So obviously the ideal would have been to get Dahl to... Actually, you know what the crazy thing is? If I'm going to do it that way... Okay. There is a better way. Less sure about this one. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's going to be a challenge next turn. I think this is going to be, yeah, it's a reactor super heavy, so I'm going to have to... You know, the funny thing is, I think they've got enough armor to go through the... I'll see what happens, but I think this is the bad call, and I should be focusing on this one. Okay, well, shows what I know. Now, I was hoping for a little bit better than I had here. But we'll manage with what we've got. Now, presumably I can't Impaling Vine. Yeah. Well, I could Impaling Vine here. Okay, not quite what I had in mind, but you know what? That'll still do the trick. And I suppose one easy option that I've got here... if I just shoot this, I can still throw the riot block so we can try and do what we can to get the charge damage. Yeah, not quite enough. Oh, that's a real shame. We were one short. There may theoretically be a way that I can like work the angles or whatever, but I don't actually see the value in trying. That was an ominous noise. Shield generators. Saw reactor testing them in Laboli. Like the drones on the train? No, those were barrier drones. Different concept. That sounds incredibly similar. Shield generators grant personal shielding, a tight energy field around the body that makes you tougher, whereas barrier obviously means a lateral wall that's impenetrable in one direction. Since when are you a military nerd? I'm an etymology nerd. You don't get far in medicine treating related terms like they're synonyms. Alright, nerd. What can we do about him? I imagine with the right weapons and tactics, 2 capable wizards could pile on enough damage to punch through heavy shielding before it regenerates. But since it's us, I suggest you just go and turn them off. Reactor love and off switch, huh? I think their track record with automated friendly fire has something to do with it. Ready when you are. Okay, disable the shield generators. Finish by the end of turn 2. Good lord. Now, what interests me here is that Jen doesn't obviously. Ugh. I mean, presumably, the approach here is we rely on the static blast to deactivate. Well, okay, I mean, that's all well and good, but I do actually still need to survive. I didn't need to be a bonehead about this. We still have defenestration. I have thoughts, but figure we can at least get the we can get the ticking damage here. I'm doubtful that we'll be able to finish this on time, but I do have an idea. Damn. Yeah, so it was going to be somewhat focused on on Death's Door. I got the wrong order on that. Oh no, that's still the right one. All right. It doesn't really matter that I take these all out in this turn because there's no way for me to take out all the enemies. But let's see how this goes. Then presumably we should get by without too much trouble. I feel we need to do at least one death's door for good measure. You hear that too? Shield generators. They're very different to barrier drones, Zan. Makes sense. Personal shielding as opposed to spatial barricades, right? God damn it, can everyone stop getting this so easily? I get it, but I'm not amped about it. This is already a room full of walking tanks. That's a good job there's 5 of us. So, Zan, have a team use 16 different abilities in one turn. Jen finish by the end of turn 1. Alright. And Ryan deal a total of 20 damage with a Spore Bomb. So that I can kind of see working. I also feel like getting Zan to... So I can see a couple things working here. I think if Zan runs around and generates some... Or like gives people some extra attacks, that helps. So just for the interests of experimentation... So I'm thinking if I take... see, the problem is if I set up like this, I can't Predictive Bolt because they're standing in the way. So with that in mind, we can Sedative Cocktail here. That should give... Okay. Right. It's the shields are the killer here. So I suppose my alternative is to just try and freeze everyone. So we give up on doing this on one turn. Which honestly I'm not too fussed about. This is a little hopeful. Well, especially because I'm standing in the way now. So my suspicion here is that this will be insufficient for Death's Door. And I would be wrong on that. But I'm still not... Well, okay. Let's not give up so easy. See, they're... Well, I mean, this is the point I should be trying to time boost. Easier said than done, though. So maybe for a start, we Rabid Bite the... Alright, I can work with that. It's quite literally just one. That is such a shame. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So if I redeploy... Oh, here we go. Okay, so I can... It's gonna get a little weird. But I'm wondering if I charge... Oh, no! Okay, well, that's fine. We can still... Now, Ryan can start... No way! Damn it! This is the closest I can get. And I also don't have... I don't have the ability to push the heavy reactor gunner. Okay, I mean, that's all well and good, but I still haven't dealt with the super heavy yet, so I don't know why I thought I would take everybody out in one go. Well, I mean, obviously the game thinks that there's a way for me to be able to do it in one turn, but hang on, I'm spending too much time doing silly things. Okay, so we'll still charge. Redeploy. Let's be a little more thoughtful about how we do that. Okay, that gets me a start. So honestly, the easiest thing for me to do here is just do a transference onto Ryan. And then I can sort of, I guess I can deal with the consequences later. Okay, well, I mean, if I want to spore bomb, now's the time. Wasn't elegant, but we got through it. Mission complete. Secure Fort Osprey. Complete. Ensure no craft coffins are damaged. Wait, what? Sorry, no. That one was... what? Sorry. No, sorry. Sorry, no. That one was one of theirs. Okay, phew. Smash up whatever you'd like. Yep, that's us. I'd be a lot better at this if I could read the funny things in one go rather than stumble over them. Sorry about that. Okay, Zan, what do we want? So bonus damage to predictive bolt, I don't hate that. Time Bomb boosts all targets in a 1-tile radius of impact except for Zan. I just don't see myself clustering people that much. Hurtful Lie, Prophet fires Seer's main attack at a nearby target before expiring. Persistent Delusion, if the Prophet dies before it disappears, your mana is refunded. And Prophet interacts with anything it can before expiring. I think I'm going to go for the extra damage on Predictive Bolt first, because I use this a lot more than I use False Prophet. I use Time Boost more with my mana. Dal, we've already got Blind Faith. I am slightly more inclined to Rampage 2. I like some of these other ideas, but honestly, I think I'd use Rampage 2 more than any of these others. Oh, and Dessa can do Sting. I don't use Spectral Skull that much. Genius Grant, if the protectee is enemy or victim is an ally, or Overreaction. If victim's an enemy, they can gain 1 in steady when the link is created. I think we'll do Stings just for the start. I think we can work with Ascender. And then for... which... I actually don't mind the original outfit, but... I think we'll do Wiztack. This will do nicely. The rest of our people will be here by morning, and they'll take the lead on the villa op. That gives us some time to talk counter-heist. The rest of Medill sees this invasion as an extinction-level event, and I can't say for sure it's not. It's my job to think 5 moves ahead, and I think it might be the best chance we've ever had to secure lasting peace in Medill. And it all comes down to your mana-burning friend, Borikesh. Well, that's us fucked. Maybe, but let's start simple. When Kennedy hits the reserve, will she bring him? For sure, she's a caster without me. She can't afford to bench the crew she's got left. Great, so we get him in the building for free. The real target is the mines. They're directly below the building. We just need to figure out how to get him down there. Just beat him up in Dragon. Dal, could you swap him there somehow? What's the distance? Well, we don't know what floor Kesh will be on, but not less than 200 meters. Is it less than 100 feet? It's vastly more. Then I'm out. Can we just beat him up and drag him? There's a lot to go wrong on a forced extraction, even on a clear day. Doing one mid-heist feels like handing the devil a lot of our dice. And you can't knock him out, he's got to be sharp to do his thing. What if Liv had a reason to send him there? Interesting. What's a skill set? Burning mana. Okay, well their main objective is to secure the mana, so I don't love it yet. Wait, that's not all. In Kalan, she sent him to block off chapel reinforcements. We helped him do it. Do you have secret reinforcement tunnels leading into the mines? No? Damn. But Kennedy doesn't have to know that. This is good. I can work with this. Olan, did Control let that courier get intercepted yet? Later tonight. Ask him to hold off a couple hours. I'm going to draw up some defense plans for these imaginary tunnels. I want them added to the packet before Reactor finds it. Amir Medill. How are we going to get Bori to actually light it up? Problem for another night. I've got maps to make, everyone else should get some rest. Tomorrow, we take back Medill. Let's put the villa on here. Alright. Medill Militia. Before this week, Medill's militia was officially cooperating with Reactor's forces in Medill. In reality, they saw the full-scale invasion coming and have been quietly preparing for it any way they can. Our contact Moss heads up a cell tasked with looking beyond this invasion and finding ways to secure Medill's future long-term. Her plan is to burn out the motherlode of mana or under their mines, removing the motive for this and any other invasion. Villa Medill, seat of government. Villa Medill is the seat of government here, where every culture's council member meets to manage affairs of state. So right away, it's not great that Reactor have taken it. But it gets worse. The villa is the control center for key strategic defenses across the south. While Reactor control it, the militia can't get close to the mines. Fort Osprey. Osprey is an old World War IV fort, disused for years until reactor kicked off. They were using it to store craft coffins, the apparatus they used to boost their troops with mana. We helped the militia take it back for Medill, and now they're using it as a base of operations. Okay, so reactor just seized Fort Osprey, and sorry, wrong. Nope, this is the other way around. Ah, all right. And why we need it, Medill's defense network. Medill has a network of gun emplacements and anti-air countermeasures that can all be overseen from Villa Medill at their seat of government. Whoever controls it controls access to South Medill, including the mines. Hey, that all makes sense to me. No rush if you want to rearrange or go over the details, though. Ryan's brain that night. All right. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all of these on time, but let's at least give this one a try. Fuck's sake. I finally get one of these head trip dreams, and my alter ego is stuck in ball licker mode. Huh? Come on, mate. You know I don't have an ear for this when I'm upright. Oof. You're doing my fucking head in. Let's just crack some skulls, yeah? Oof. Dream Ryan changes shape whenever you do. If you become a dog, he becomes a human, and vice versa. That's gotta be helpful. So it would strike me that, like, being able to make people go rabid would be a good starting move. Oh, that's not good. That's no good. Just need one more defenestration. I think probably this works. Now, unfortunately, you know what? Them's the breaks. Mission accomplished. Feel like I had a slightly better option here. So if I grab the intel, we can bristling dart. That wasn't as bad as I thought. Come on then, let's have it. What's on your loaf? I think you're too hesitant to open up to new friends. Still not getting it. You still grouchy about me trying to get that drop on Kennedy? Look, yeah, it was a risk, and yeah, it didn't go our way. But I racked up some of our juiciest kills going with my gut. Can't go doubting it. Now that you mention it, that was a wild fucking swing. Woof. Alright, yeah, I'm getting it now. It's like you gotta hear through the bark, right? So you're saying something else is driving my gut. Honestly, mate, I'm as surprised as you are. You know I'm all about the paper. Reckoned I'd stomach any gig once I'd signed on the proverbial. But she's coming for our fucking country? Nah, mate. Some poxy band of fly-by-nights, sure. I'd have cashed their check and pissed on their chips on the way out. But Kennedy's got the juice to clinch it. Had to go for the throat. No time like the present. Sure, we got instantly beasted, but que sera, innit? Oof. Hey, I know I'm prattling. Time for walkies. I don't know how many of these... I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to finish this prematurely, but this is this is not sparking joy. Okay, so I think I get shot if I do this. This isn't a disaster. Yeah, that was a dumb move. See, yeah, the problem with that one is so he may be rabid, but he's need to be a little more thoughtful about that. Oh, but that gives me something to work with. That less so. So presumably if I swap forms, yeah. Okay, you know what? We'll do this the inelegant way. Oh hell, this is gonna be hard. Okay, this one I actually feel slightly better about, because presumably I can Impaling Vine him into the explosive, or not. What do I think I accomplished doing that? Not horrible. But unless I can come up with a good way to eliminate this character... It's not elegant, but it does the job. So I imagine the problem here... Well... Yeah, so I need to take out the protector first. Which isn't necessarily the end of the world. I do suspect I'm going to have one problem, though. So this isn't necessarily a problem. Well, okay, that is sort of is a problem. I can work with this, though. And then presumably here we take them out with the... Yeah. Again, not elegant, but... Sorry, I should see the number that I'm doing. Anyways. Well, I still think I need, you need to let yourself make friends. With the Shithead Brigade? Fuck that. Hang on, I clocked you. Still heard the yap, but I actually caught your drift. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely not palling it up with those losers. What's your problem with them? Huh? Look, I know you like them. I know you trust them. You can't help it. It's who you are. But you still don't really get humans. You don't know how fast, how hard they turn on you. I know better than you. You should, but that happy little pea brain of yours can't seem to lock it in. That's why I'm here, Ryan, to stop you giving your loyalty to the wrong folks. You think they're all the wrong folks. How many times, mate? How many times have you got to get kicked in the ribs before you show your damn teeth? How many times did it take to break you? That's out of order. Woof! Maybe you're not broken. Woof. And if you stay solo, you'll never find out. I'm ready to find out. Alright, that's enough psychotherapy with Dr. Bollock Breath. But keep nipping at me, you smug little shit. Dog Ryan wags his tail. Okay. As much as I like the idea of 10 damage with a Spore Bomb, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I do think I'm going to call it here, though. It is the 3-hour mark, so... I don't really feel like there's an audience for hosting. I guess it depends who's online. Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna call it tonight. So, thank you everybody for watching. I will see you on Friday, I guess. Take care.